Just thinking about that sweet, sweet. Oh, I just wish I had another one right now.
So here's the thing. 1 minute you're minding your own business, living your best candy-obsessed life, and the next, boom! Your name's in the headlines, and everyone thinks you're a monster. That's the wild ride Homer Simpson finds himself on in Homer Badman.
Homer Simpson gave her a crash course in depravity, babysitter, and the beast.
It's so over-the-top ridiculous that it's genius. This episode is a masterclass in how fast people lose their shit. Like, you know how one viral tweet can ruin someone's whole week? Same thing. The media swoops in, everyone starts screaming, and before you know it, the truth doesn't even matter anymore because the damage is already done. It's chaos, and it's beautiful. Well, for us watching at least. For Homer, not so much. The best part? This isn't even a Springfield problem. It's just life now. Remember when that whole thing with the balloon kid happened? Everyone thought this poor kid was floating off into the sky, and the media had non-stop coverage for hours. Turns out, the kid was chilling in the attic the whole time. Or what about every other day on Twitter when people lose their minds over something that turns out to be totally fake? We're just out here lighting pitchforks on fire like it's medieval times. And that's what makes this episode so goddamn funny and terrifying. It's all about how easily things can spiral out of control when people jump to conclusions and the media stirs the pot for fun. Sure, it's Homer's story, but if you've ever scrolled through a Twitter thread and thought, wow, this is a mess, then congratulations. You've lived your own Homer Badman moment. Now let's get into it, because Homer's little candy mishap turns into one of the most insane, hilarious, and painfully real scandals you'll ever see on TV. And trust me, you're gonna want to stick around for this. So let's talk about Homer and candy. You know how most people have a sweet tooth? Homer has a sweet soul. The man lives and breathes sugar, so when he wins tickets to a candy convention, it's basically his Super Bowl. Except instead of touchdowns, it's free samples. And instead of cheering, it's Homer stuffing his face like a human vacuum cleaner.
Ooh, brilliant. Ooh, exquisite. Ooh, you'll do well. Give me those.
This isn't just a candy convention, it's a candy wonderland. We're talking candy fountains, gummy towers, and more sugar than your dentist could handle in a lifetime. And Homer? He's in his element. He's double-fisting licorice, raiding every booth like it's the end of the world, and pretty much embarrassing Marge at every turn. But then he sees it, the holy grail of the convention, the Venus de Milo gummy. It's not just any candy. It's a masterpiece, a rare, perfectly sculpted gummy that looks exactly like the famous statue. Except, edible. And Homer? He's obsessed. He has to have it. He will have it. And in true Homer fashion, instead of just admiring it, he does this.
Now, this is going to take all my skill. Halt! Run, Marge!
And that's the moment. That's the catalyst for this entire mess. One stupid piece of candy, and Homer's already set the stage for everything to go completely hilariously off the rails. But yeah, as soon as the alarm goes off, everyone rushes towards Homer to catch him, but he outsmarts them.
See you in hell, candy boys!
I guess he isn't that dumb after all. Meanwhile, back at the Simpson house, Marge and Homer have hired a babysitter for the kids so they can enjoy their candy adventure without worrying about Bart lighting the couch on fire. And who shows up? Ashley Grant. Now, Ashley isn't your average babysitter. She's smart, driven, and honestly, way too competent to be dealing with this family. She's got that no-nonsense college feminist energy, and you can already tell she's not putting up with any of Bart's crap.
Do a little housework and you can play for 5 minutes.
No way. Yes.
See, Lisa?
So, while Ashley's busy keeping Bart from turning the living room into a demolition derby, Marge and Homer roll back into the driveway after their candy extravaganza. And Homer? He's on cloud 9. He's practically in a sugar coma, but he's daydreaming about that Venus de Milo gummy like it's the crown jewels. And yeah, it's as ridiculous as it sounds. And then it happens. Homer gives Ashley a ride home. Pretty standard, right? Except, as Ashley steps out of the car, Homer notices something. The Venus de Milo gummy is stuck to her pants. And this is Homer we're talking about. Does he stop to think? No. Does he ask permission? Also no. He just grabs it walking.
Precious Venus.
We know Homer. He's not trying to be creepy. This man's brain is 100% candy focused. But Ashley, she doesn't know that. All she sees is a dude reaching for her without warning and making a weird-ass comment about candy. It looks bad, like really bad. So, the next day, Homer's just chilling at home, stuffing his face with leftover candy and living his best clueless life. But outside? Oh, it's about to go down. Ashley shows up and she's not alone. She's brought a goddamn army of protesters with her. They're holding signs that say stuff like, Homer Badman, and you pinch, we lynch. It's a full-blown circus out there.
There he is! There's the man that sexually harassed me!
Oh, woo! For a minute there, I thought I was in big trouble. It's just a joke!
And Homer? He still has no idea what's going on. He's like, why is everyone mad at me? Dude doesn't even connect the dots to the gummy incident. Classic Homer. Ashley, meanwhile, is leading the charge. She's furious, and from her point of view, you get it. She's out here trying to stand up for herself, and Homer's response so far has been non-existent. To Ashley and the crowd, this is about justice. To Homer, it's Tuesday. The man's brain is smoother than the gummy he stole. You know what this feels like? The way social media piles onto someone the second a story breaks, whether it's true or not. Remember that viral moment with Johnny Depp and Amber Heard during their court battle? The internet split into teams faster than Springfield grabbed their protest signs. People were literally camping on hashtags, making memes, and turning a very real, very messy situation into entertainment. Just like with Homer, the nuance got lost because drama is so much more fun. Or take the whole Try Guys cheating scandal in 2022. One of the members got caught up in a cheating controversy, and the internet went into meltdown mode. People were analyzing photos, dissecting timelines, and turning it into a full-blown internet spectacle. It wasn't just about what happened anymore. It was about the narrative. Everyone wanted their outrage to be louder than the next person's. So, back in Springfield, the water starts boiling. The second TV catches wind of the Homer Badman scandal. It's all over the airwaves. And by airwaves, I mean the dumpster fire that is Springfield's local tabloid journalism. Enter Rock Bottom, the sleaziest, most shameless TV show in town, where facts are optional and drama is everything.
Here comes the bouncing ball of justice.
They bring Homer in for an interview, but do they care about the truth? Hell no! These guys chop up the footage like they're editing a TikTok thirst trap, pulling quotes out of thin air. They literally make Homer sound guilty as He's out here saying, I'm innocent, and they edit it to, I'm guilty of loving candy too much. I mean, come on.
She was a university honors student who devoted her life to kids until the night a grossly overweight pervert named Homer Simpson gave her a crash course.
Every TV station, every newspaper, every gossipy old neighbor with a phone, they're all jumping in. Suddenly, Homer's not just that guy with the gummy. Now he's a danger to society, a pervert on the loose. And my personal favorite, the Candyman cometh. Like, Springfield doesn't even care if it's true. They just love the drama. If you're sitting there thinking, wow, Springfield's overreacting, let me just say, we're not exactly crushing it in the real world either. Social media has basically turned all of us into our own version of rock bottom. Someone posts a blurry video with zero context, slaps on a dramatic caption, and suddenly it's trending. Facts? Who the cares when the drama is this good? Remember that viral Karen video from 2020? Where a woman was caught yelling at a cashier and the internet turned her into the face of all evil. People were arguing about it for days. Was she in the wrong or did she have a point? Nobody knew, and honestly, nobody cared. It wasn't about the truth. It was about feeding the outrage machine. How about that infamous Will Smith moment at the Oscars in 2022? Yeah, you know the one.
Oh, wow! Wow!
One slap and the internet imploded. Suddenly, every meme account, every armchair psychologist, and your weird cousin who's way too into Reddit had an opinion. For weeks, it was like the slap heard round the world. And did we ever actually solve anything? Nope. but damn, did we have fun dragging it out. So yeah, Homer's screwed. The media's painted him as a monster, the town's gone full mob mode, and even his own family is starting to wonder if they should switch their last name. But wait, there's a twist walking on ice. Lisa, Marge, and Bart realize that if Homer keeps sitting around hoping this will blow over, it's never going to happen. The guy's PR is in the toilet, and the mob outside isn't going anywhere. So they do what any reasonable family would do. Come up with a plan to get Homer to tell his side of the story, and honestly, it's their only shot.
Homer, the kids have a great idea how you can clear your name.
The media's making a monster out of you because they don't care about the truth.
The plan is simple. Get Homer to broadcast on TV and tell the truth. No spin, no sugarcoating, just raw, unfiltered Homer. And yeah, it's risky because Homer's filter is non-existent. But desperate times call for desperate measures, so Homer goes on TV, and it's exactly as chaotic as you'd expect. He sits down, looks straight into the camera, and says,
Everybody believed the worst about me right away. Nobody cares that I didn't do it, but I did it.
It's the most Homer explanation of all time.
I've done some bad things in my life, but harassing women is not one of them.
The broadcast is a train wreck, but it works. Everyone in Springfield is glued to their TVs, and for a second, they start to think, wait, is it possible this guy's just an idiot and not a monster? And then, right as Homer finishes his little speech, guess who shows up? Groundskeeper Willie. He bursts into the house holding a VHS tape like it's the freaking Ark of the Covenant and goes, I've got proof, ya Egypts! Because, of course, the guy who secretly films parking lots is the hero we didn't know we needed.
Precious Venus.
They pop the tape into the VCR and bam! There it is. The crystal clear footage showing Homer reaching for the gummy stuck to Ashley's pants, not her butt. Okay, pause. If you've been f***ed over before, smash that subscribe button right now. So they broadcast the tape live on TV, and the whole town finally sees the truth. Suddenly, the mob outside disappears, the protesters go home, and Ashley realizes she messed up. She apologizes to Homer, who, let's be real, accepts her apology way too quickly because he's just happy to get back to his donuts. And just like that, the media moves on to the next big scandal because Springfield has the attention span of a goldfish. 1 minute, it's Homer Badman, and the next, it's something completely ridiculous, like Mayor Quimby caught eating a banana sideways. Springfield. At the end of the day, Homer Badman isn't just a hilarious episode, it's a mirror. It shows us how easily people jump to conclusions, how the media can manipulate narratives for drama, and how mobs thrive on outrage instead of facts. Sound familiar? It should, because we see this play out in real life every single day. Like in 2019, a short clip of a high school student appearing to smirk at a Native American elder went viral, sparking outrage across the internet. The kid was labeled a bigot, people called for his expulsion, and the media went wild with hot takes. But as more footage emerged, the full story came out. The situation was far more complicated, and the viral clip didn't tell the whole truth. By then, though, the damage was already done. Just like in Springfield, the mob had already decided their villain before they had all the facts. Oftentimes, a small wrong move you make can ruin your whole life. And if it doesn't, well, you're a lucky son of a bitch. But luck doesn't last long. It's only a matter of time before you run out of second chances and end up on the news channel. I guess maybe we should all take a breath. Look at the evidence. Ask questions before grabbing the butt. Oops, I mean the pitchfork. Because just like in Springfield, the truth usually isn't as dramatic or as scandalous as it seems. And hey, if nothing else, maybe don't underestimate the power of a good gummy. I just want to put this out here, that these videos take a long time to create, and your support means the world to me even if I don't say so. I'll be back in my den searching the other places Homer f***ed up at, and yeah, that's it. See you later, lads, and of course, ladies.